Greetings everybody. I'm coming to you deep within Critter Country. Yes, a lovely place that is often overlooked for a nice little evening vlog. Oh my goodness, I'm very excited to share it with you. Well, enough of this preamble, let's get to it. Now there are a lot of attractions I could be going on tonight, but you know what? I'm feeling like a little bit of Splash. I don't know why. I just want to kind of go on Splash Mountain a bunch. That sounds like fun. A lot of cool theming in this queue, actually. And it kind of sets up the story that you're about to partake in. And that's kind of like a little less overt than you would expect from other queues, like modern queues. This tale happened once upon a time. Not your time, nor yet my time, but one time. Oh, look at this. See, like I said, a story unfolding here, but not overt, just kind of dropped here and there. Here's a little warning sign for anybody. It says the following. Splash Mountain, you may get wet. Splash Mountain is a turbulent flume adventure with high speeds, heights, and sudden drops and stops. Warning, for safety, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back, or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. Expectant mothers should not ride. Supervise children at all times. Persons who did not meet the minimum height requirement may not ride. Must transfer, look at that. I wouldn't say this ride, you need to be free from like motion sickness. That's not gonna be the thing that gets you here. It's the drops. The fear, the pure fear factor of the drops, okay? All right, so if you don't like drops, this one might not be for you, or getting a bit, you know, wet. It's called Splash Mountain, guys. Ah, yes, so beautiful. Here we go. See, at this point, if you didn't know, like you might have seen Brer Rabbit in the line briefly, but this is like the first animatronic you see, so it's like, oh, it's like a little owl. What kind of ride is this going to be? You would have no idea. You're going into a dark ride. Here we go, slip and falls time. Woo! Uh-oh. Got wrecked on slip and falls, isn't that good?
What goes up is sure to come out. And he lost his man and found. How do you do? And you found me back. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. How do you do? Fine, how are you?
Oh, there they are.
What you doing up there? You making a fool out of yourself. That's what you're doing.
Howdy, boys. Oh.
Maybe this one is yours.
There's only one way to find out. It seems like a scene that doesn't concern us. We should probably get out of here. Here we go. Oh, look at them. They're doing like a laser show over on the Matterhorn. Woo! Yes! Oh, so good. So good. I was tempted to go for another ride or two on Splash, but I'm trying to show a little self-restraint. Plus, when I'm here, man, it's popping off right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not like at the very end of the night or anything like that, but there are a lot of people wanting to ride Splash Mountain. It's usually walk-on-ish, and it still kind of is, but there are so many people, and I'm just so worried I'm gonna get thrown in the front row. I'm just gonna get in a log with a bunch of people and be like, all right, front row. I'll be like, cool, I will be completely drenched. So we're gonna avoid that. But what I was thinking about doing was something a little bit different tonight. We did an attraction, and I kind of want to take a little stroll with you guys. Kind of walk around, show off the park in the evening, my favorite time in the day. Kind of relaxed kind of thing. Maybe I'll ask you a couple questions. You can ask me a couple questions. Unfortunately, that's in the future. And this video is in the past right now, but while you're watching it, it's the present. That's just how time works, all right? Let's go for a little stroll together, shall we? Now, most all my videos you see, besides like the live streams, they're all edited together. And what I mean by that is that I clip things so you don't see me just walking, you know, a distance or whatever else. But sometimes I think the best way to actually show off the park is just to do this. And I have actually watched videos of other people doing this like in parks and not saying a word and just walking around like this. And that's like all it is. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to try it out. Now, I don't think it's going to be the same because I'm going to be talking over it, you know, kind of pointing out little things, maybe anecdotes or little pieces of information if anything pops up. I figured we walk back through one of my favorite places to walk through, which is Galaxy's Edge, aka Batuu, aka Star Wars Land. It's really nice at night. I was over there earlier while Rise of the Resistance was down, temporarily closed, and I was waiting there, and the moment it opened, people just descended on it. It was crazy. Like, you could hear shouts of joy, like, oh, it's open, we gotta go. I did not hop on it. It's on the phone, and also I just kind of wanted to just take it in. Also, the Hungry Bear, shout out to my buddy Andrew, had a little meal here tonight. I like the Hungry Bear. Pretty decent. Pretty good. But this trail is actually pretty quiet and cathartic, kind of like the one over by Big Thunder Mountain. That's still probably my favorite one, but this is really cool too. The reason I think Big Thunder Trail, or whatever you want to call it, is my favorite is because it's just so quiet and secluded. This one, a bit more lights, a lot more traffic, just because people are desperately trying to get back to go on to Rise of the Resistance and go to Smuggler's Run too.
Gia had to turn away.
I still kind of wish, not only with lands, like in complete lands, but like attractions, that I could make myself forget about them the moment I like just got on a ride. Like if I could make myself forget what Splash Mountain was and then just hopped on it, you know. But I would love that with Batuu here if I didn't know it existed, and you're just like walking down one night and you just walked straight into this, like past Critter Country, be like, oh, what's all this stuff? You're walking around, all these lights, and you're like, oh, that's really pretty. What's going on? It's like all this Star Wars stuff. You'd be like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Yeah, because it's kind of tucked back here. And for people who don't know, I grew up going to Walt Disney World, and over there, this is all located in Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's not part of the Magic Kingdom, which is the closest analogy to Disneyland. But the fact that this is here in Disneyland, I think makes Disneyland even more compelling. Just some kind of special stuff. Rise of the Resistance right over there. Which, is it down again? I don't know. It seems so quiet over there. That's a deceptive queue line too. As time went on, and this was something I believe Walt learned from, so Walter Knott, guy who ran Knott's, then became Knott's Berry Farm, then, you know, theme park now, but what Walt learned from him is that Knott's, they were hiding their queue lines. And by that, I mean, instead of it being right out front where people could see with the switchbacks, like you see in a lot of Fantasyland attractions here, what they were doing was allowing you to kind of go in, kind of go around a corner, and it would be obscured from view. So you wouldn't know necessarily how long a queue line was, let alone the wait. And that little tactic proved to be very, very beneficial. Yeah, it's neat. That is neat. But yeah, so now that's what you get with queue lines today. You don't really see that, like, just switchbacks right out in front like you do with some of those older attractions. And they've kind of hidden those over time too, with different facades and things. Like Snow White's Enchanted Wish is a little obscured. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is kind of tucked away back in the garden. Then there's like a switchback in the actual ride, or kind of two. They kind of loop some of these things too. I noticed that with Alice in Wonderland and Haunted Mansion, some of their queues look like you're going quite a ways, but then it kind of loops back in a little bit and then goes back out. so it looks like you're going further along than you are. Oh, Dino, go over there. Don't drink that water. Don't drink it. Ah, yeah. Yeah, this is cool. Again, I really think it's so much better at night. Less people, less heat. Oh, Ronto roasters. Man, I haven't had Ronto wrap for a bit. Kind of tempting. No, no, no. Show restraint, Jimmy. Show restraint. I still haven't built a lightsaber from Savi's workshop. I don't know if people would like to see that. I think, to be honest with you guys, even though I'm more of a Star Wars fan than I am a Harry Potter fan, the interactive nature of the wands over at the Wizarding World is more compelling to me than having just a really cool red lightsaber. Because yes, I would have a red lightsaber. No question. It's just the truth. And there it is. Only right now, 2 full models to scale of the Millennium Falcon in the world. I think there'll be a 3rd one in Paris. And the interesting thing is, they're bringing like this chunk of Galaxy's Edge to Paris, but they're not bringing Rise of the Resistance, which is pretty fascinating to me. I don't know why. We'll just get up there a little bit. Take a little look-see, shall we? You know what's interesting? I think... Jimmy, let's zoom in and enhance. Zooming in, zooming in, zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. It's like they get all this stuff, all these details, and yet I'm pretty sure. Is that flat? I can't tell. Is that just like I don't know if those are knobs or anything in there. You know what I mean? Like right there where my finger is. I don't know. Interesting. Uh-oh. It's about to take off. Now that would be incredible. That would be incredible. Standby wait time 25 minutes right now for Smuggler's Run. They do have single rider, but that is a bit of a roulette spin. I don't know. It's not even a roulette spin. It is... I don't even know what to compare. You know what? No, I know what it is. It is a slot machine. Because, you know, lots of options there. By that I mean there were 3. It's probably a better gambling metaphor. I don't gamble. Can you tell? I don't. But you are nearly guaranteed to be a gunner or engineer. If you're a single rider, you getting to be a pilot, that is... I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm just going to say that it's most likely not going to happen. Now, we may have talked about this in the past, but this right up here, this Kylo's ship potentially for Episode 9, but they did away with the Colin Trevorrow version of Star Wars Episode 9. Sorry, wait, yes, 9, yes. I was like, was it 10? No, it's 9. Star Wars Episode 9. But they had already kind of committed to making these for the parks. So, you get this here and over in Walt Disney World as kind of Kylo's ship. That's not actually the one they used. It's fascinating. Look at this attention to detail though. Like they built like the machinery into the rock face and stuff. See, now that's great detail. I was not trying to get down in the Millennium Falcon before. It was just something I noticed. Also, First Order and Resistance, or Empire and Rebels. I think there's just something so much more interesting with those words, like the Empire and the Rebellion. Like, something like Resistance seems kind of, I don't know. It doesn't seem as powerful. It seems more, I'm not sure. A little more desperate. And maybe they were, you know. Whereas the Rebellion became such like, it became a real thing. Like, you know, they Had like politicians and stuff were all in on it. The resistance, they didn't have any of that near the end. Yeah. Now we are transitioning out of Galaxy's Edge. I feel like I'm your tour guide. Jimmy the tour guide. And we're probably not going to see all of Disneyland, but still a nighttime stroll. But out of Galaxy's Edge into Frontierland to that trail I was talking about before. It should be nice. It's busy times here. We're going into summer now. So that just means that the crowds are back. I don't think capacity is a concern anymore. I think we are back to full. Back to full. Who knows, maybe even progressing past that. But usually down that way is the rest of the trail that I love. But we've kind of snuck past that because there are 3 different entrances to Batuu here in Disneyland. This is kind of like the Fantasyland entrance exit that we just left. Join the cavalry and have a courageous friend. I was thinking of my friend Ian when I see that. I don't know why, I just do. Ian, if you're watching, hi buddy. Yeah, oh. It is a beautiful night. Now we're going into the mother of all choke points. That's right, Fantasyland. Now, I was thinking about making a video about this. I don't really know exactly how I would word it even, but like walking tips without it sounding like some sort of incredibly self-indulgent video or something weird like that. But one thing I like to tell people is not that you have to be prepared for anything to happen. However, stuff happens a lot where like a 2 or 3-year-old will, maybe 2 is too young, I don't know. Ages aren't my strong suit, but will cut in front of you, and if you're a taller person, they'll like meet your knee, like your kneecap, and you are like this close to just taking them out. That stuff happens. People are darting all the time in directions that don't make sense to you because you have a direction you want to go, and they have a direction they want to go, and you almost collide. So just keep that in mind if you're moving with a group, or if you have children with you that might just see something and decide to bolt, because that stuff happens. Totally does. Oh, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Not a super long wait for this. This is probably 10 minutes or so. Let's see what they had posted on here. Do they have 20? They do have 20 on there. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. That might be 20. But usually if this is kind of filled up a little bit more, I'd say it's 20, 25. Right now I'd say it's 15. 10, 15. Yeah. So that is just, it's my guess. That's my educated guess. I can say that here. I have educated guesses on Disneyland. I like how Monstro's eye is lit up. It's like, aww, what a cute little ride. And I go into the whale's mouth. Monstro gets a bit of play here in Disneyland. He's got that, and he's got his moment on Pinocchio's Daring Journey. And the teacups are popping off. They're just going crazy. Man, it's so crazy because earlier today it was one of the few attractions that seemed to be working. I almost hopped on it. I do like the teacups, actually. I've really grown to love them, especially this version with the lanterns and everything. And I've seen it at night. Maybe you guys saw one of the last videos where it's just at the end of the night, it just stopped and nothing. Oh, it's so weird. It's freaky. We're gonna head down and look at Small World for a second because it's pretty and I like it. Oh, little baby Harold right there, spinning the popcorn. We like him. Thanks, Harold. A little abominable snowman friend. Here's another one that I love the overlay, but I understand why they don't do it all year round. See, like with Nightmare Before Christmas, you can throw a little red on there. Call it Valentine's, right? You could play with all the holidays, and you can make it year round. 'Cause kind of what Jack likes. He's checking out other holidays. At least Christmas, if not Valentine's or St. Patrick's Day. Cinco de Mayo. Think of Day of the Dead in that ride. Come on, guys, it'd be amazing. But here, when they do the holiday overlay, I understand why they don't keep it all year round, because it is very, like a very small amount of time. And riding it in January, when I came back, felt weird with the holiday overlay, but I liked it. Ooh, 5 minutes. This must be people waiting for a show over here. So that means the copyright claims will be coming in fast and furious, which is interesting. Yeah, cool though. Okay, yeah. Again, I've come to love Small World, really, like truly. The more I've learned about the history of it, just the message, all of that. Fantastic. And we came over from Critter Country, and I've been taking my time, but I've kind of crossed the park. So that just goes to show how small this park is, and you might be thinking, Jimmy, are you kidding me? Take like 15 minutes to walk all the way over here? Doesn't seem small to me. Walt Disney World, it's kind of a different thing. That's what I always compare it back to. I'm like, oh yeah, now that's intense. Oh my gosh. Beautiful Matterhorn. Man, it looks even better on the camera tonight. So lovely. I love you, Matterhorn. We need more Matterhorn shirts. I just feel like I can't get any, like they don't have them, and I don't know if it's something to do with the fact that it's based on an actual real mountain in a different country, and that's the reason why. I just don't know. So I remember asking here once, and they told me, and I quote, well, I'm paraphrasing the quote I should say, but they're like, yeah, you should try down a World of Disney over in Walt Disney World. And I'm like, wait, what? They would have a Matterhorn shirt in Walt Disney World? Okay. But Everest, no, that doesn't make sense. Expedition Everest has a bunch of shirts that say Everest all over it, I believe. I don't know. Is Switzerland playing hard to get? Probably not. It's probably just because they don't think it's popular enough. But look at this though. Look at all these people, you know what they're waiting for? Matterhorn. That's what they're waiting for. You know why? Because it's great. It's great. It makes you a better person. Oh, side note, I was talking about this on a podcast I did months ago with my friends over at Unlocking the Magic. Super great. If you haven't listened to them, go check them out. Maybe check out the episode I was on back in December of 2021. But we were talking about this, and I've not been on the Finding Nemo submarines, and it said for a while that this was going to be coming back, resurfacing in winter of 2021, and then they got rid of the 2021, and then they just started saying winter. And I think this all used to be blue, but I'm not sure. It's interesting to me. But you know what is beautiful to me? This right here. Oh, man. So great. I just can't get over that little bridge. I've shown it off before. Oh, look at him go. So cool, the moon up there. Ooh. I love it. I really do. Matterhorn, I love you, Matterhorn. This little song I just made up right there about the Matterhorn. Hope you liked it. Now we're coming on into Tomorrowland. Kind of skipped over Adventureland, didn't I? No offense, Adventureland. I like it. Maybe I'll say that for another video. I don't want this to go too long. I just wanted to, you know, do a little splash and a stroll. Yeah, splash and a stroll. I like it. It's good. Just from my perspective. And this is roughly at my height too, just a little bit lower. Oh, you can see that little Pixar dance party popping off here soon. I like want to cut across it, but I feel like I shouldn't. They'll have like the Incredibles come out and start dancing. Autopia over here. I'm still waiting for them to switch to electric vehicles. I'm kind of surprised they haven't. It's like the one, well, I don't know, Tomorrowland here, I feel like needs a bit of a reckoning. We need to help it out. Oh, Bo Peep is out and she is absolutely terrifying. There she is. She looks like she was trying out for one of those Purge movies. No offense, Bo Peep. It's just like the glossy mask. Look at her. But they've done up Woody. He's different than he used to be, so he looks a bit better. So Bo Peep, she's gonna get her turn. Now when the characters come out too, watch out, because people will come running into you. Tomorrow Landing, gifts from outer and liquid space. Oh, that's fun. There's the old people mover platform. Oh, gotta get the people mover back. Like, I know other people have talked about that a lot, but I totally agree with it. It brings something special to Tomorrowland. The Star Trader. It's like the Star Wars shop. Speaking of Star Wars, right now it is Hyperspace Mountain. Might be kind of hard to tell by the sign up here that's like really bright. That's what it is. Sitting at an 85-minute wait. I saw it earlier today. It was down for a bit, and then I thought it was down again, but it wasn't. And I was thinking, oh, I'll just be able to walk right on it. I like to go on it. Probably my preferred version. I never went on Ghost Galaxy, but I heard people weren't as keen on that one. Again, I joke about this one, and I call it the toilet bowl. And I do kind of mean that, just because there's a lot of just kind of going around in circles. There's like a few dips and stuff, but it feels very much going in circles, and yeah. It's not to be too mean to it. I just love the one back in Florida more. But that's my personal preference, you know? I like the big like harpoon thing at the top of this. I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's like this and Astro Orbiter look kind of Jules Verne steampunk inspired, but it doesn't really match with the rest of Tomorrowland. It's like Tomorrowland's got a lot going on. You got the Jules Verne thing, you have like the saucer here, you got Buzz Lightyear and Star Tours, you know, Astro Orbiter down the way there. I don't know. I just think it needs some help. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I'm very hopeful one day we can get this people mover track back, you know, functioning. Because right now the issue is that, or that it's been reported that it was foundationally hindered by the rocket rods back in the day. I think it was like the 90s. And that the structure itself that you can see here is so entrenched with how Tomorrowland was built up that it's not as easy as just replacing the track, or maybe cost effective. So that's all part of it, all thoughts, you know. Hi, Star Tours. It's good stuff. Oh. The adventures continue. I'm giving you guys all the sights and sounds you'll get on just a regular walk through a busy night here at Disneyland. Yeah. I neglected to remember that my camera just decides to like cut after a certain amount of time, so I'm so sorry about that. I was just like, just completely unedited until back to this moment. But I hope you enjoyed this kind of a little bit of a different video tonight. This is kind of more what the live streams are like. Just kind of walking around, maybe hop on an attraction or two, just to kind of bring you guys along. But I wanted to give you guys a real kind of genuine experience, what it's like just traversing through the park on a pretty busy night. This might not be the busiest night, but I'm thinking this is going to be a little bit more comparable to what it's like in the summers here at Disneyland. But there's never really a downtime anymore, it seems like, for any of these parks. So just keep that in mind too. And as I tell people, I'm trying to, you know, inform you guys about this. Please look into which attractions are closed or going under refurbishment throughout the year, because I don't want you to come and not be able to ride one of your favorite things because it's down. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, time of this recording is down, and that is just, it's so painful. I just like look at, I'm wearing the shirt and everything. Ah, hurts me. But either way, I hope you had fun tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate you taking the time. And I hope whatever's going on in your life, it's good. If it's not, just know that I'm here for you. I really am. Thank you so much for being there for me. I appreciate you. And until next time, just remember to adapt and overcome.